Boxing Live here. DJ Boxing Live here.
That's hilarious. I'm like, this is boxing related. It's politics related, but it's just pretty much Mexico telling Trump to go fuck himself. This is a Mexican president. Okay, we'll pay for your wall. Give us back Texas.
What?
You know how Donald Trump is trying to say Mexico will pay for the wall, even though there's no way in hell Mexico will ever pay for that wall? The Mexican president pretty much, Mexican president.
They're going to pay for it, man.
They're not going to pay for it. They're never going to pay for it. How?
Look, tax on the money they send back to Mexico.
They're never going to. They already do that already. And they're not going to pay for that.
Don't.
No, dude, they do that already. As somebody that knows people that does money from Mexico, yes, it does.
Yeah, man.
And they're never going to pay for that wall. Look,
that's the company taxing people to transfer money over to Mexico. They ain't the government. The government going to do that. They have their own tax.
So you're going to tax people that are American that send money to Mexico.
It ain't just Americans, okay?
I know that, but for the majority of them, they're Americans. Right. And then you're gonna, and then guess what?
Mexico's highest GDP is people sending the money back over to Mexico. Okay.
Yeah. That I can see, but they're never gonna pay for that wall. Look, dude, they're never gonna pay for that wall. No, they're never gonna pay for that wall. They're not gonna pay for that wall. Hey, look at the little bullshit that Donald Trump trying to put in.
Bro, just listen to them. Things are changing. They confiscating drug money, everything to pay for that wall. So they gonna pay for that wall. Trust me.
They're never gonna pay for that wall. They're never. You're not gonna see a cent. What you're gonna see.
They already losing the jobs and everything. The reason why Mexico want people to go over there because Mexico don't have no welfare system, so they want people to go over there to work in the United States of America and send money back. That's how they do. And they middle class is growing over there in Mexico. See what I'm saying? With that. Because they don't have to pay for no welfare and nothing like that. So since they don't have to do that, they send all their people who need a welfare over the United States. Everybody hit to what's going on, man, bro. That's
and then guess what? They're still never gonna pay for that wall.
Yes, they are.
No, they're never gonna pay for that already. Dude, they're never gonna pay for that wall.
It's a money thing, bro.
It's a money thing. It's not a money thing. They're never gonna pay for that wall.
It's all about the mucho dinero, my friend.
Yeah, it's all about the mucho dinero. Yeah, it's all about mucho dinero.
That's why they saying, dude, they gonna build it. Trust me. They get a lot of money.
No, he'll build the wall.
Mexico getting a lot of money off that drug money.
No. I didn't say the wall wasn't gonna be built. I just said that Mexico was never going to pay for it. You know what's going to pay for it? No. You know what's going to happen? They're going to bill us. They're going to bill the American taxpayer $20 million. And then when Trump tries to pull a little tariff, guess what? The prices in Walmart are going to go up drastically. So you guys are going to have the American taxpayer pay twice for a wall.
No, it's not.
Yeah, dude, it is. That's what it is.
No, it's not because everything made from China. So thank you.
No, actually, no. Actually, no.
That one little section of the food they got in Walmart from Mexico, it might go up.
Okay, I don't buy those. Actually, okay. What brand of TV you got? No. What brand of TV you got?
I got AT&T.
You got an AT&T TV.
You talking about the television?
TV.
Oh, television. I don't know what this hell this thing. It's like a Sanyo. I never heard of it. I just bought it off somebody.
Okay.
$50.
Here's a little history tip for you. Almost every TV now that comes to the U.S. is assembled in Mexico.
Yeah, that's gonna change. That's changing.
That's not changing.
Yes, it is.
It's not changing.
You ain't listening to the news. All the companies are moving from Mexico back to the United States of America.
Well, you're reading the wrong news because none of the companies are. You know what they're doing? You know what they're doing? No. You know what they're doing? No. Dude, you're not. They're not moving anything.
My friend, listen here. This dude ain't playing. This is why I don't understand what people don't understand this. The dude you talking about, You know, these people you talking about, this is, for one, this is the United States of America, okay? It was built on kicking somebody's ass, okay? Well, and I'm gonna say this. Y'all think the Trump or people who support Trump, you know, I'm just gonna say this, the white man, he gonna lay down and take it. This is the dude you talk about, that the British Empire, who known for taking other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, not taking shit from other people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand who you talking about at the end of the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Who you dealing with. This dude ain't gonna take it laying down. That's why the dude in the office right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how I knew he was gonna run. Dude, this is how I knew he was gonna win last year. You know, the year before last, 2015, when the primaries. As soon as he said that thing about Mexico, I was like, man, this dude's gonna win. I was like, you know what? Because I listen to all these dudes on YouTube and people shelter them. So I listen to other people. You know, I listen to the opposition. And a lot of these dudes been pissed off for a while, man. They've been saying this for years about people in Mexico taking their jobs, people making jokes on South Park years ago. Oh, they taking our jobs. You know, they thought it was funny. But it's real. You know what I'm saying? Dude, a lot of dudes pissed off. And they jobs leaving the country, and it's been happening ever since like the 80s and whatnot, like decades. And so they ain't gonna take it no more, man. I'm telling you, they ain't gonna take it no more.
Yeah, you know I love the
going on in Europe. Dude ain't gonna lay down. You talk about dudes like the Vikings, the British Empire. We can go back centuries. You talk about people go into other people's countries and take other stuff. They ain't gonna lay down. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And you got in South Africa, people like third, fourth generation claiming land, and it was like, oh, this is our land. Like Africans looking at them like, this ain't your land. You know what I'm saying? You stole this, and they claiming it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the person this type of people you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If they gonna pay for the wall, Mexico gonna pay for the wall. Trust me. This is where the money's at. People come
and let's put it to you. Let's put it to you once again. Let's put it to you once again. You're right in that sense, because Lyndon Johnson said it best. If you can convince the lowest piece of shit white person that he is better than the best black person or Latino person in the world, he will gladly look away from you robbing him. Hell, he'll even open his wallet. That's LBJ, a good old boy from Texas. Yes, I understand that. Now, the problem is going to be, though, is as long as a lot of those folks that are apparently, and I'm going to be blunt as hell, people that are bitching about losing their jobs because they're probably too fat, too dumb, and too lazy to do the jobs. And second, they probably don't even realize that a lot of those jobs were not lost because they went to Mexico. They were lost because they went to robots. And so your enemy isn't an immigrant. Your enemy is automation.
Dude, look.
And
look, this is about big business, man. This is about big business, okay? If the dude can get it done cheaper, if I can get 1,000 t-shirts 50 cents cheaper done in another country, it's gonna be done. If logistically I can get it done cheaper in my own country, they'll do it in their own country. Dude's trying to make it cheaper so they can get it done in his own country. You know, that's how business is done. Business is global. The merchant don't care about nobody, but the bottom line, which is the dollar. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you see him playing out. That's money. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn about the Mexican. They don't give a damn about the Indian. You know, the businessman knows what it is. The bottom line is a dollar. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I agree.
They're not paying for it. They are going to pay for it.
No. We talked about reason, and we talked about it, and that's why they're never going to pay for the wall. They are never going to pay for the wall. Trump. This is what literally. No. This is how Trump literally sold them. We're going to build the wall, and then we're going to send an invoice to Mexico. Which you know what Mexicans are going to do? They're going to burn that invoice.
No, they're going to pay for it, man.
They're not going to pay for it, dude. As much as is what it is, they're not going to pay for it.
Trust me, they make a lot of money in the United States of America. Trust me, they're going to pay for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Trump,
They're not going to pay for it. Not 1 cent from the Mexican government is going to come.
They're going to
the
pay
US.
for the wall.
They're not paying for the
gonna
wall.
pay for it.
They're not going to pay for the wall. They're not going to pay
Yeah.
for the wall. No, what's going to happen is what I told you.
Yeah.
The American taxpayer is going to wind up paying for that wall twice.
Trust me, they're going to pay for it.
And then in like in 2020, when you realize that all of the prices and all this,
in 2020, we're gonna have like a whole bunch of jobs here, but Trump gonna probably be doing his third term, and just watch and see.
Oh my God! No! I'm gonna be as blunt. This is myself. Did that retarded shit just come out of your mouth right now, dude?
For third term?
No, not the third term. The fact that we're gonna have lots of jobs. Trump is such a narcissistic idiot,
dude. Man.
Because he's already, dude. It's a month in, and he's already lost his national security advisor. A month, and it's not even a month in, and he kept that position open. He's keeping that position open for 5 days.
Dude,
that's never happened before. You always had a national security advisor available. That's one thing. And then second, because of his attitude, and the way he tries to engage things with China, you may literally have a scare of global economy. Why do you think that when Trump won, all of the stock futures started to crash?
No, the stock futures went up, man.
And then they went down. And guess what? A lot of those stocks,
they up 20,000, bro.
Yeah,
the dollar is stronger than it's ever been.
Yeah, and guess who did that? Barack Obama. So Barack Obama's the one that did that. He saved the economy from. Yeah, he did, dude.
He didn't save nothing.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. He didn't save anything. The fact that
he didn't create no jobs in the past 8 years either.
Yeah, he did. That's a bad thing.
No, he did not. He created a lot of part-time jobs. That's it. We want factory jobs, man. Here in the United States of America. Factory jobs.
You
want $20 an hour job. Trust me, that's why people come here. So that's why you got illegals coming here. Because they want real paying jobs. They don't want no $4 a day job, okay? Doing a factory job. They want a $20 a day job doing a factory job. Trust me, that's why everybody come here. That's why the boxers come here to make money, because the dollar is what runs things around here. So as soon as you understand that, you understand the global economics of things.
I understand that.
Dollar. Everything's backed on the dollar. That's why the Chinese are dealing with America, and they got a lot of money invested in America. So all the stuff you talking right now, it don't mean nothing. It's the dollar, United States of America. Everybody and their mama trying to get up in here, and that's why they having a hissy fit. And the dude setting regulations say, hey man, if you can't invest in this country, ain't no more welfare for you. And that's what's it, man. They cutting people off. Hell, they cutting people off food stamps and everything else. This is the United States of America. If you ain't a U.S. citizen, if you ain't investing in this country, you ain't married to somebody, you ain't trying to start no business, you overstaying your visa or something like that. You got this woman that killed somebody with a DUI, ain't got no business up here in the United States of America. She should have been having a car accident up there in Tijuana somewhere, or Chihuahua, and that province or state, wherever you want to call it, in Mexico, having a car accident, but she killed somebody, okay? So just to let you know, and she probably didn't even have insurance, you know what I'm saying, because she was illegal. So just to let you know, this is where people want to be at. You know, I had people from Brazil tell me, hey, I want to be here. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's at, United States of America. Okay,
and nobody said different.
That's what it is, the dollar. Everybody and their mom want to come in. That's why the Ukrainians over here. That's why Sergei Kovalev and his family, his child, he's raised to be a racist over here, because he ain't making the type of money he was making over in Russia. Russia, they didn't even want his ass. You know what I'm saying? That's why Dunley, he brought his butt over here. He said, man, if I was over in Ireland, what's that damn John Dudley, whatever his name was, to fight Chavez. he was saying, man, I came to New York. That's why that old boy signed with Top Rank, because he want to fight United States of America. He don't want to fight in the UK because he feels if he can make more money. That's why AJ, he came over here to make more money. This is where it's at, man.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying?
AJ has not.
That's why Angulo, they did him wrong, but you know, putting him in the ICE did him wrong. You know what I'm saying? Holding him up because all he was doing was boxing. That's why Angulo over here, you know, Mexican guy. He ain't make no money in Mexico because money ain't worth nothing. Ain't worth a dime. That's why what's his name? Laura, he became a U.S. citizen, swam over here 5 times trying to get in this country, and became a U.S. citizen because Cuba ain't nothing. So all these countries you talking about is not you per se, but all these other guys was talking about in YTV, talk about communism and capitalism and stuff like that. People want to be here, you know, so they can make their money. They're making real money over here. If it's ain't in the UK, it's over here.
Nobody said that, but
same thing. That's why the UAB, that's why Saudi Arabia and the other countries who give money to their people don't want immigrants coming in the country because they give money to their people, not people from refugees and from Uganda, wherever the hell, Rwanda, Hotel Rwanda, or anything else. They ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing that because they give money to their people off that oil money. So that's the only social welfare they got. But they people, they citizens. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they do it down there. They bring in workers to build a building. They put them in a temporary shack or whatever like that, and they send them home. They make sure they get home. They police. They make sure they get back home. Ain't no you hanging around and nothing like that. You do the job on the building, you go back out of the country. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't get a doctor, a lawyer, or you ain't convert to whatever they got, whatever they got going on, you ain't going there in their country. That's why Saudi Arabia ain't take nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's about money. People don't want to take care of people that ain't got no money. Nobody do nothing free. This ain't no free lunch over here. And the same thing with Mexico. They getting a free lunch by sending they folks over here who got issues. Not everybody's talented, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying ain't nobody got talented, because I work with a dude who was an accountant who went right back to Mexico. He was like, man, I got a degree in accounting. And from Mexico, I can't work up in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where he was. I'm assuming he was illegal. That's why he went back to Mexico. And that's why he was, doing what he was doing. He was a bar back or whatever like that. He was a nice guy. But he went back. He's like, sure, I can't even use my degree over here. I might as well go take my butt back over to Mexico. Yeah, right. And get in the country right. Get your accountant license, your certified public accountant license, and start your own little business or whatever like that. But you being over here, being a bar back, don't make no damn sense. So he took him and his little girl right back over to Mexico. I think he had 2 girls. He was a nice guy too, man. So anyway, yeah, United States of America, American citizens first. And what was you about to say?
I was gonna go down through your argument bank to bank. Okay, you guys want factory jobs. That's perfectly
because they pay a lot, man. They pay factory jobs.
Let me finish.
They pay over $20 an hour.
Let me finish.
My cousin makes more than me forklifting working in a factory. Come on, man. Come on. Okay,
you gotta let me finish or not?
So who don't want that job?
You're gonna let me finish or not? Or you're just gonna continue filibustering?
Oh, I was giving you facts.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What was you about to say?
No, I was about to say, okay, you guys want factory jobs. You could have easily had them by adapting your job over to the solar industry. Instead,
costs too much. Nobody believing in that solar industry stuff, the global warming stuff. Everybody knows they falsify.
Okay, dude, no.
That just came out. It's all about money, carbon tax and stuff like that. It's another way to rip people off, trying to get money doing that Greenpeace stuff.
Oh
you think it's a game?
No. I know. I think the fact that you're no. I think the fact that you're coming out with such retarded bullshit.
Let's just say we had a water stream running in your backyard. The EPA had authority to fine you, tax you, and everything like that. That's because you had a water stream running in your backyard, man.
Oh my God,
come on,
Jesus!
Man. That's all these people know how to do. Is
yes. We've had a period of time where for
There's no
a good
such
amount of
thing
years
as
now.
global
It's
warming. They
been keep
falsified
breaking
the facts.
record. Dude, they're not falsifying the facts. You're just not realizing
Yes,
that they're
we
being
have
taken
one-
took.
dude.
Dude.
Look at the Northeast, all that snow falling and stuff like that. 2001.
Wait. Oh my God. No.
We just had a
Really?
snow blizzard.
No. Really?
15 feet of snow.
Dude. Am I dealing? No, I'm
There's
am
no
I
such
dealing
thing.
in kindergarten right now? You really putting because of snow that there's no global warming? Do you even know what the global warming is? Or are you too stupid to even look at it? Because I'm now judging you based on the fact that you come out with shit that's probably from InfoWars and Breitbart. This is what global warming is, and this is what climate change is.
Okay, school me.
Okay, it's not to school you. Okay, it's this fact that as the temperatures are getting up, it is causing weather patterns to change, and it is also causing for a lot of things to become a lot more extreme. Droughts are getting worse. Wait. Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me finish. That's why droughts are getting worse. That's why when there is a blizzard, the blizzards are getting worse. That's why things like Superstorm Sandy exist.
Yeah. Can I interject? The drought is so bad that you got the dam in California breaking apart. Oh, that's a bad drought, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a really bad drought.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the drought so bad. You got the dam breaking apart.
Because they got in the extreme parts about to rain.
A couple of years ago, it was they had a chance to fix it. They had a chance to fix it a couple of years ago. They didn't fix it. But now all of a sudden, when the rain start pouring down due to this global warming thing you talking about, it's breaking apart, huh?
Yeah.
Ain't this
That's why. Yeah, because the weather patterns are becoming more extreme.
Because they ain't no
extreme.
Thank you,
dude. The fact that
we got all kind of storms and tsunamis going on in the United States.
Yes, lots more storms, a lot more than what are happening now because the temperatures are going up because of climate change. Dear Jesus, I am dealing with a goddamn fucking moron. My God.
Now, if you think about this, and see, this is things you don't understand about history. See, they had an ice age back in the about the Renaissance age. Was it global warming then? Huh?
Dude, so you're telling me that no. You're telling me
about the mini ice age?
No.
You know about the mini ice age?
Dude.
Okay,
dude,
yeah.
You so really, no. There was no mini ice age. For the love of God.
Was it not an ice age?
You're telling me there's wait.
Was it not an ice age? Well, was it not an ice age?
Yes, 20 to 25,000 years ago.
What caused the warming on that one?
My God.
How did the ice age stop then?
Let's see. What's this thing that killed the dinosaur? Wait, no. You're gonna let me.
That's what you know said. That's what you know said. Why are we still in the ice age then?
We're not in the fucking ice age, dude. If we're in the fucking ice age, Miami would be frozen.
So how did the world get all warmed up and the lands break apart into continents and stuff like that?
Let's see. Tectonic plates breaking the Earth apart over thousands of years.
Yeah. How did that happen? Earth warming up. How did the Earth warm up?
How did the Earth warm up?
How did the Earth warm up?
Do you mean
because there's a bunch of pigs and because there are a bunch of people who turned down trees and nothing like that. That, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't because there's some airplanes and stuff like that in the sky. That just happened in the past century or so. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and you know what happened in the last century?
There you go.
Got kicked up a notch.
There you go. So if you knew anything about the real weather and stuff like that, if you look at it over the centuries, the Earth has been warming up, cooling off, warming up, cooling off. It's a cycle. But see, you don't study that. You just go with what Al Gore say. And all these other hippies
I study things. That's why I have to call you.
You ain't study enough. Because else you would have known that the Earth naturally cools off and then heats up again. You know what I'm saying? As far as the climate and stuff like that. But you don't know nothing like that.
Actually, I do. Because this is why I call you a moron. This is why I call you a moron, because
you expect that I knew stuff like that though.
Huh?
See what I'm saying? And you just say more. You just calling people names and stuff like that because you ain't got no facts to back up what the hell you're saying. You don't know what you're saying.
I've said it, and then you come out with little things like oh, wait a minute, there's snow.
You saying something that just been disproven. Old boy just came out in the news and said they falsified facts about global warming, about the earth being warmer. Actually, it's getting colder.
Yes. So 96 is 97
so true,
right?
No. So that's true, right?
No.
The dude falsified facts, right?
No.
Obama said that thing with the French global warming thing.
No,
yes, he did.
That's not not falsified.
Yes,
that's
he
not
did.
falsified.
He falsified facts, sir.
That's not falsified. That's not falsified. That's not falsified. That's not falsified.
The dude said himself that the global warming, as far as the statistics and everything, as far as that global thing on carbon tax, whatever the hell Obama was trying to do, was false, and that's why we're getting rid of it. And that's why everybody, old boy been elected. That's why ain't nobody ever believe in the global warming thing, because it's an opportunity to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's about money.
Yes.
Thank
that's
you.
why 96
solar
and
panels and everything else.
That's why 96 and that's why over 96% of the scientific community is in a little conspiracy, right? Is that
it is 96 of what community?
Like the scientific community, people
which
that actually study.
Which organization you talking about?
Scientists, people that study this for a living.
I can say the 96 of the community can say the exact opposite thing.
Oh dear Jesus, dude! It's already been dictated. It's explained upon.
It ain't dictated. What did I just tell you?
No, what you just told me is some quack that
it's true. What I told you is true.
It's not. It's not.
And ain't no such thing as global warming.
Dude.
No such thing.
Yes. There's no such thing as global warming.
Exactly. You said it right. Yes, there's no such thing.
No.
You said it right. You said it right. You know, it was a Freudian slip. You said it right.
Because before you start
all night,
yeah, you can go all night. You can filibuster.
No such thing.
You can just
why they trying to tax people on it? Why they trying to tax people on it then? Right.
I don't know. Maybe
because right here in Chicago, past the bags, they're trying to tax people on every damn thing because they want to make some more money, man. Dang, what I just tell you about the bottom line is dollars. You know what I'm saying? If you on whichever side you on, left or right, somebody trying to make a nickel off of it. Won't you open your mind up? You know what I'm saying? So if somebody preach some global warming thing, and they trying to sell you something, who was like, damn, why are you trying to sell me something on something and then want to tax me on every damn thing? Ain't that peculiar to you? Ain't that peculiar to you?
No. Let me see. Something that has
to make some money.
No, let's see.
Let's see.
Something that has been proven by decades
of
scientific. No, it's been proven by decades of years of different studies.
Whatever I want him to say, if I give him some cash.
Oh my God, man. Like we really went from a boxing conversation.
That's why Al Gore is still flying in his jet, leaving all his carbon footprints all over the damn place. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't agree with the fact that it's perfect.
Hillary and all them other people got private jets, and why they want you to ride on a bike. You know what I'm saying? And then pay taxes, carbon taxes on every damn thing, and taxes on plastic bags and stuff like that. And they want you to be Greenpeace, and they fly in the private jets every damn well. So think about that, okay?
I do. That's why I criticize them.
Don't it? They flying in jets and everything like that. Why don't they ride a bike from California to Boston? Yeah, they won't. You're damn right they won't.
No. You know what I also find. You also what I find peculiar is a bunch of oil billionaires funding a lot of movements that have people like you convinced that something that they're doing, even their own studies, even their own internal company studies, have shown that this thing that you want to claim is a false little narrative is real and is global warming. Even their own scientists, even their own studies, even all the oil companies, they even said it. Dude, I'm sorry. Am I gonna have to treat you like Scorsese when I talk about Adonis Stevenson?
That global warming thing they talk about is like methane gas and stuff like that. Hell, right now You could say the national park, what was it, Yellowstone? Hell, that might do the most global warming. You know how many carbon dioxide and all those gases that are up under there warming up the damn earth right now? A whole lot ready to explode. You know what I'm saying? That's some global warming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That right there. That's natural, right?
Yeah, that's natural. Yeah, that's that's a natural.
Mhm.
That's one
Way
natural.
more.
No. Whoa. Are you gonna filibuster? Are you gonna keep filibustering because I'm about to school you again? Yes.
Let's go ahead.
Yes.
Go
One
ahead,
thing that's been made.
Go
Under
ahead,
the
go to
fact,
school so I can rip up your report card. Go ahead.
oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, because well, obviously you never got a report card, but the main problem is
Yo,
okay, you want to tell
you don't even know who you're dealing with, do you?
you don't know who you're dealing with either.
You don't know who you're dealing with, do you?
Yeah, you don't know who you're dealing with either.
Yeah, I have no idea, but as far as you saying I don't have a good report card,
Hey,
obviously you don't know what you're doing.
I'm not saying I don't want to rip up my report card.
I'm
but
not insulting anybody, sir.
If you want me to be clear, okay. If I have to get to your point,
all kinds of names. I ain't called you one name yet.
no, I know
Right.
you don't have to because you keep
Because you
filibustering.
don't have a strong argument, sir.
No, because well, you know
What
why
was
you
it,
don't
Daniel?
hear it.
You
No,
don't have a strong argument, Mr. Daniel.
actually. The only reason you don't hear is because every single time you get around to it, you want to keep filibustering.
I'm not filibustering, Mr. Daniel. That's something they
Now
do
you're not. Now you're not because now as soon as they're gonna say,
Let's go. Let's go with some more of your facts that have been already falsified by somebody that was in that whole community. And they say they doctor facts. We had a whistleblower already come out, man. I know you've seen it.
Yeah, and I've seen
Yep,
I've
okay.
seen one
So,
person, one person that's coming from an industry trying to do. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. As soon as
right now has already been debunked because you had somebody from your community, your 94% of scientists come out and say we falsify reports that the Earth is warming up. Come on, man.
Come on.
About it. I know about it. You heard about it. You already came out and whistleblower and said, "Yo, man, it's a false report. There ain't no global warming. We falsify facts." Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, are you done? Are you done filibustering?
I'm waiting.
Are you done filibustering? Are you done filibustering?
I'm having a good time doing this because I'm winning.
You're not winning every single time.
I have one because you're.
And here it is again. And here it is again. As soon as somebody proves something, you're gonna filibuster. Okay. Yes.
You haven't said anything.
No, because you want to keep filibustering.
Shoot.
All right.
Shoot,
yes.
Dan.
If global warming is such a lie, if global warming is such a lie as you claim it is, why is it that even the studies from the companies that do the most damage, like the oil companies, have their own internal research that says it's real and it's probably even worse than what is even being reported?
When did these facts come out?
They've been out over bad periods of years. They've actually been something out there a couple of years ago, and one was actually out last year from ExxonMobil.
That was last year. But this year, somebody came out and said from your side that the reports Obama used last year to sign that global initiative, whatever like that, on global warming, well, they falsify reports. There you go. Thank you. So we talk about current data. I need current data.
You're taking one little person that just happens to be talking about their side, and then you're taking. This is what I love. Like this is what I love. You're proving the fact that you know you're going to lose this
global warming thing was kind of new.
Because you love
somebody trying to figure out somebody's how to make some money off of it or something like that. So what are you doing to lessen your carbon footprint, Mr. Dane?
Let's see. I use paper bags. I filter my own water.
You're studying already. See, that's what I'm saying. You ain't doing nothing.
Actually, they do. Actually, have you heard what I've been trying to say? Or
you still drive a car?
I have to, unfortunately.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay.
What was people doing before they had a car?
let's see, horse and buggy. But that's the main thing.
Well,
And that's
so
another.
go to the farmer's store, you go get the horse and
And that's
buggy, and then you can
argument that I
let your
wanted to get
and then you can let
before
your
you start
pigs,
filibustering
you can let
again.
your pigs and your horses put their imprint on the carbon footprint and muddy up the waters with all the feces and stuff like that, and the pig farms and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a problem too, with the pig farms and them pooping all over everything, infesting the waters and streams. But you know, nobody want to talk about that. And then the cattle farms and stuff like that they got in Brazil after they cut down the trees. That might be an issue too. But maybe you want to do that, you know, live on the land and have your own little cattle where they pooting and all the other stuff, putting out their own little whatchamacallits out, they little gases or whatever like that. Because that affects the atmosphere too, if you didn't know.
Yes. That's one of the things, but you know what's
maybe you should go vegan. Maybe you should go off somewhere.
And there you go again.
Stop driving your car.
As soon as you know that you were gonna get hammered,
once you start driving, I want you to stop driving your car. Get rid of that gas guzzler that's using all the fossil fuels that you get from those companies that you say that claim that global warming is so real. Why are you still funding them? You know what I'm saying? Mr. Daniel, why are you still funding? Why you still got a car? Talk about you can bike to work. You know what I'm saying? Whether it takes 4 hours or 3 hours, you want to save the globe so much. But now you want to sit here and call me names and stuff like that. But yet you still leaving your carbon footprint just like Al Gore and the rest of them.
Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
No, I'm right.
Are you done? Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
Of course you're not done, because as soon as you come out with your stuff, it's going to come out. You
how many cars you got?
it.
I bet you got like 2 or 3 cars, don't you?
One. Like I said, you don't. Like I said, you don't know who you're dealing with.
When you gonna get rid of it? When you gonna get rid of it?
When are you actually going to go to school and actually learn something?
When you gonna get rid of it? When you gonna start leaving that carbon footprint?
No. When are you going to go to school and actually learn something? When are you going to go to school and learn something? The only reason I have to go this far with you is because you're filibustering.
When you gonna get rid of the car?
When are you going to go to school and learn something?
When you gonna get rid of the car?
When are you going to go to school and learn something? We can go back this all day.
When are you going to go?
Really? Because
I graduated magna cum laude, so I graduated honors. I got a letter from Bill Clinton. You ever get a letter from the president of the United States of America? Hell no, you ain't getting no letter from the United States of America. So
actually,
when you gonna get rid of the car? When you gonna get rid of the car?
When are you gonna go to school and actually learn something? Because apparently that thing.
When you gonna get rid of the car?
When are you gonna go to school and learn something? Because I can do this all day. Because I can do this all day. I can do this all day. I can do this all day, dude. Because
Magnum cum laude. I already graduated from school.
Yeah, and apparently it was a wasted education.
Thank you. It's not wasted because I'm beating you down. I'm beating you down.
You're not beating me down. Every single time that you want to come into it, you want to filibuster. You want to filibuster.
When you gonna get rid of your car?
When are you gonna go to school and actually learn something?
When you gonna get rid of your car?
When are you gonna go to school and learn something?
When you gonna get rid of the car?
When are you gonna go to school and learn something?
When you gonna get rid of your car?
When are you gonna go to school and learn something?
When you gonna get rid of your car though?
When are you gonna go to school and actually learn something?
You're going to get rid of your car, that gas guzzling, that methane gas guzzling, carbon footprint. What do you put, like $20,000, 20,000 miles a year, using oil and everything like that? That disgusting car that you say is polluting up the environment. When you gonna get rid of it, Daniel? When you gonna start living the life? When you gonna start practicing what you preach?
We're actually going to go apply and actually look for a university and actually open yourself up to the world, because apparently you, as soon as you went cum laude, you decided to go to Mando.
Right now.
You haven't beaten me down at all. You haven't beaten me down at all. As soon as you want to say something. No, this is the thing.
Have you ever flown on a plane before?
Huh? Are you really going to do this? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, yes. I have flown a jet to go from Pearl Harbor back home.
Okay, so there you go. Another hypocrisy right there. That's affecting the global warming thing right there. See what I'm saying, Daniel? See, that's what I'm saying, man. You might as well get on our team. Might as well get on the team, brother.
Why? No. Why should I get in the team of Village
Michael
Idiots?
Jackson. You like Michael Jackson?
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah,
I don't.
Everybody like Mike.
I like his music. I don't like the man.
Well, if you don't like it, read the lyrics of Man in the Mirror. Read that.
Yeah. And
read that. I want you to read that, Daniel. I want you to read that before you start telling somebody about some global warming, okay?
Actually, I want
Man in the Mirror. Okay. Yeah. Do you at least recycle?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. At least you do. That's one step closer to the overall objective. You getting rid of your car. The next step is getting rid of your car.
And then the next step for you is to actually go apply to university and actually learn something.
I will go to another university if you get rid of that damn car.
We're not gonna stop this, are we?
I already graduated. Magna cum laude, baby.
Yeah, and apparently that whoever gave you the magna cum laude should. Yeah,
that's Latin for I'm beating you down, Betty.
Actually, you didn't win
it
all. You didn't win it all. In fact, first of all, the magna cum laude.
You called me all kind of names and stuff like that, and it turns out you just being hypocritical.
You know why? Because
you're just being hypocritical. You drive a car. You tell me about global warming.
Oh my God! Yeah, you want to laugh. You want to laugh because no,
I'm telling you, messing with the wrong one, bro.
No, you messing with the
wrong one.
You messing with the wrong one too, man. That's all it is.
I didn't put it on you. This is gonna be epic on EJ Boxing Live, bro.
Actually, yeah, it's gonna be so epic on you. The fact that any single time you want to, somebody
gonna be epic. How you got beat down.
Yeah, it's gonna be so epic. Yes, it's gonna be so epic.
Right? You lost already.
Oh, dude, you didn't win, dude. You know how you know you're proving that you lost? Any single time I try to say something, you filibuster. That's why I have to call you this. This is the only way to get your attention.
That's what the party does, baby. I don't do that. I let you speak.
Dude, no. As soon as I was about to say something,
but you driving the car. You driving the car. I just want to win.
That's why you're even doing it right now. Here, Jesus.
You filled up the tank, buddy.
When's the last time I filled up my tank?
Last time you filled up the tank, buddy?
2 weeks ago.
You alive? Wasn't 2 weeks ago.
No, because I actually don't drive my car a lot.
Yeah, you do. Stop lying. But you haven't gotten rid of it, have you?
So, wait a minute. So, let's see.
So
you keep accusing me of lying, yet you don't know who the fuck you're dealing with. So why the hell should I even bother listening to you?
So you're cursing?
I have to curse. I have to curse, and I have to.
Not only have you cursed, sir,
to stop with your filibustering.
Mr. Daniel, not only have you cursed, but you have called me out of my name. I have to. That's very unfortunate. That's very unpolite for a person who's trying to convince somebody to believe in global warming, especially for coming from a person who drives a car.
Yeah. Yeah, when somebody whenever I will try to say something starts filibustering. That's why I ask you when you're done.
Very unfortunate, Mr. Daniel. So
yeah, you punk yourself by filibustering. And there it is again. You're filibustering. Dear
what
Jesus,
do you want to say now? Go ahead. Speak. I ain't even saying nothing. What you say?
Let's see. Let's review. Like I said,
you got nothing else to say.
No. See here once again. You filibuster.
The argument's over with.
No, the argument's not over with. Because guess what? No, you just filibuster. You just filibuster over it. Any single time somebody tries to say something, you filibuster over it.
I didn't filibuster over anything.
Dude, you filibustered this whole entire thing. As soon as I was about to say something, you come out with your nonsense.
You about to say something about something like 1975 or something like that.
No. See, you don't even know. You don't even know because you want to keep filibustering.
Current data that you're aware of, but you trying to tell me something that happened 30 years ago. Come on now.
So You without even hearing a word out of my mouth, automatically assume that I'm going to say something for 30 years.
I heard a word out of your mouth. You called me all kind of names.
Yeah, because unfortunately, you're proving them right.
Oh, proving what right?
What I'm calling you. That's the main point.
Because
No, because whenever somebody tries to speak something that may be contrary to your belief, you're ready to start filibustering.
Well, I already gave you. You already know about the fact. I just told you about the falsification of the whole global warming thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So no.
Thank you. So what's your argument based on?
No. See, you don't even bother because you're.
Thank you, Daniel. See, that's what I'm saying, man. How you gonna keep on trying to push some false narrative on me when you already know it's false? Come on, man. That's what we talk about, the fake news thing, man. Why you want to be a part of that, man? And then you being hypocritical, just like Al Gore. You driving a car, just like this man doing and you drive commercial airplanes and stuff like that.
Jesus,
why are you doing that, man?
Folks, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what I deal with.
That don't make no sense.
Today, but instead, I have a charlatan, a fool.
And how much do you actually recycle?
How much do I actually recycle?
Every
single can that I can, every single bottle that I can, every single plastic bag that I may get from the supermarket.
Do you get money from that? You get money from that?
No, I don't.
Do you recycle other people's cans?
Yes.
I think
you know what? I give it to the town.
You hesitated on that one, but
no.
Okay.
I can. I do. And guess what? I take it to the
town. You gotta keep on doing that. I want you to go out tomorrow. I want you to pick up the trash in the neighborhood, in your neighborhood. And I want you to cycle as much as you can, and then I want you to go out and I want you to sell your car, and I want you to live the life.
Okay.
Never use a commercial airplane ever again in your life. Okay.
Okay. Now.
Okay. You gotta.
Okay. No. I'll do that.
Very important.
No.
Important.
No. Are you gonna finish? Or are you gonna start filibustering again? Are you gonna filibuster? Are you filibustering? Are you filibustering?
This whole global warming thing you saying is so serious that you claim is so serious that you gotta start living the life, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta practice what you preach. You gotta get on a sailboat that doesn't use any gas. I don't know how you're gonna get from California to wherever, you know what I'm saying, Florida. I don't know how you're gonna sail the seas, but it can't be used using any type of gas that's gonna pollute the system. Okay, you can't use the submarines or nothing like that. You can't use none of that. Okay, I'm telling you, man, you gotta go back to the ancient times. Okay, this is very serious. This is what you believe in, man. You gotta live it.
Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
You gotta live it.
Because obviously
you know I'm telling the truth.
You're obviously not done because you want to keep filibustering. Because any single word that you take that thinks it is an agreement, you want to roll on it because you know you're about to get stomped on. So why should I even bother answering to somebody who apparently got some magna cum laude degree and has wasted it? So why?
What did you say? What cum laude?
What? I'm speaking to somebody that has a magna cum laude degree and obviously has wasted it.
It's not mono. It's magnum. Thank you, magnum.
I'm so sorry.
Magnums. You heard of magnums? It's like the magnums for the extra large. That's how I'm doing you extra big right now. You know what I'm saying? Magnum. I'm giving you the golden ticket right now. Okay, that's how I'm doing you in right now. Like Magnum, Magnum. You know what I'm saying? Like Magnum, like big. You know what I'm saying?
You want to keep doing it.
That's how I did my schooling. I did it big league. That's how I did. That's how I do big league. That's how I'm doing you right now.
You're not doing anybody this way.
Yes, I am, because you said mono, and that's kind of low, but I said magnum. That means high. Mono means low. Okay. So anyway, do you want to give me any more facts? From That's
Oh,
old.
let's go again with the little line that you say is 30 years ago.
Do you
Because
want me-
obviously you were lying.
Do you want to give me any more old facts? Old facts. Old. Facts.
Are you actually gonna let me speak?
Even though you know,
Are you actually gonna let me speak? Because obviously no, you're not. Because you know
Obama's global warming initiative, that treaty he signed with the EU and stuff like that, was based on falsified documents. Do you want to give me any more kind of facts or anything like that? I'm gonna let you end it right here. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta go. I got something else to do. Because I think you're kind of like worn out. Because you got to name calling and all this stuff. You talk about filibustering.
Well, this is the main
thing. You still drive a car. And
oh
all
my
this other
God!
stuff.
Yeah, here we go. The filibustering again.
I still need
because
you to
the person that filibusters is the
what
person
you need
that doesn't
to do
want to
is
hear
go out and
the other
buy
person talk because
like
they
a red-
know that
a red
they're
flyer
wrong
wagon.
and they're only
You
going
get a
to
bike.
speak
Look,
talking.
I'm trying to help you out. What you need to do is you need to get a bike, not a motorcycle or anything like that. A bike that you can manually use, your legs. I don't know if you can do that or not like that, but use your legs.
Oh wow! Wait a minute! Oh wow!
Or get somebody to
go there. You really want to go there? Oh Jesus, man!
You can use a red flyer wagon or some kind of cart or something like that.
No.
Maybe
keep talking. Keep talking.
Pick up the trash. Pick up the trash around your city, wherever you live in. That's what I want you to do. I want you to pick all the bottles and stuff like that. I want you to recycle, and I want you to go out. And I want you to sell your car. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to pocket the money, or you want to.
Are you done?
Donate the money to World Peace.
Are you
or something
done?
Like that.
Are you done?
Or something like that.
Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done?
No, are you done? Are you done?
Your gums are
go ahead with your facts. Go ahead with your old out-of-date facts. I need you to give me your old out-of-date facts. Okay.
Oh, no.
Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Go
Are
ahead.
you gonna actually let me speak? Are you gonna let
Go
me
ahead.
speak?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, Mr. Daniel.
Yes. Okay. Our treaty you're talking about is the Paris Climate Accord, which actually supersedes the Kyoto Protocol, which takes studies from NASA that are done annually, along with studies from the European Space Agency, the Chinese Space Agency, the Japanese Space Agency, and even the Russians, that dictate and measure the temperatures of the world. They measure the ranges and the averages, and they take it with averages from previous years. And what they found is, particularly now as we've headed into the year 2000, the rate of the temperatures has gone up.
Excuse me, Mr. Daniel.
And unfortunately, no, you're gonna let me finish because you filibustered enough. So on top of that, you have the main centers coming in from the pollution are the US, China, Japan, actually Brazil now because of the population growth and the loss on a good amount of the Amazon, and the EU, along with the Middle East when it comes to raw oil production. What you're seeing is the raising of the temperatures because we're putting elements out into the atmosphere, not only as individuals, but from large companies that come in the scales. And the only main reason we want to do it in this way is because, unfortunately, we as a society, we don't like to do things hard. It would be easy to try to put an electric car, as if people want to say it's easy, but it's not. That means reworking the electrical grid, and that means rewiring a lot of people's cars to take batteries. That's why hybrids exist, actually, so they can test it out. And that also requires us to completely change the way we do things, which is why, like when you talked about the factory jobs. Oh, by the way, okay, you're still there, good. Now, because it talked to the factory jobs, the U.S. could have easily have been coming from what is the Rust Belt to the Solar Belt, because unfortunately, contrary to your belief, the solar industry is actually making a lot of money. But guess what? A lot of the parts now that are being made for it are being made in China, where it could have been easily now been made in Ohio, in Indiana, in Pennsylvania, in Lower Illinois, in Missouri, Kentucky, those areas that are right now currently being affected by loss of jobs, mainly to automation, and dealing with an opiate explosion right now, unfortunately. Those jobs could have easily gone into it, but we chose not to because unfortunately it's hard to adapt from building cars to building solar panels. It requires you to go back to school. It requires you to learn a couple more things when it comes to building, but it can be done. Unfortunately, that region of the country has not. But unfortunately, it's on a macro scale what we're seeing with the temperature, because unfortunately, despite the fact that you probably think, right, by the way you spoke there, I live in California. I live in Long Island, New York. Yes, we just had a foot of snow here the other day. You know what we also had a few years ago? We had snow in May. So the climate right now does not know how to, because it keeps constantly changing due to the things that we're putting out in the atmosphere. And we're reaching a point, unfortunately, where anything that we do is not going to help. That's the bad part of it. Now, that a lot of the hard work that has to go into it is coming to change. Now, like I said, if it was easy, people would do it. If it was easy, people would just be driving bikes all the time. There would be no such things as letting cars, and there would actually just be pure recycling programs. But guess what? The reason it's not is because we gotten used to doing things a certain way, and changing it is hard. I can agree that it's hard. It's hard for people to change the fact that they may have to take a paper bag instead of a plastic one. They may have to pay 5 cents for a can of soda, which I can understand your gripe when it comes to the taxes. I understand the gripe with the taxes. I understand the carbon tax. I understand from a macro standpoint, it's pretty bluntly hypocritical unless you really, really enforce that tax on the companies that are the major causes of this, which is all companies, factories, and industry. I do agree with you in that sense, where it shouldn't just be putting everything on the little guy. It never should be, but unfortunately, the way everything is structured, because as you have eloquently stated, that the almighty dollar is king, it's easily for people that have a lot more money to shift the burden to people that have less money. It's been done over 50 years, unfortunately, in this country. We've been seeing it since the Carter administration, actually, a little bit. And then Reagan intensified it. It only started getting better, unfortunately, when Bill Clinton and Barack Obama were in office. But it hasn't been completely fixed yet. I completely agree in the fact that there's some things that can be done. That's something that really, really can be done. I said, I do my part. I said, I recycle everything that I can that is recyclable. When I buy my next car, I am looking into either a hybrid or an electric car. Because unlike what you think, I don't have stumps for legs. I can walk. Now, have I said anything from 1975? Only I mentioned something from the Carter administration where the effect of economics, because you brought up the dollar is king, which, by the way, like I said, it's going to be hilarious. Hilarious when you see that the wall that you say Mexico's going to pay for, the American taxpayers are going to wind up paying for it twice. Because number one, no dollar from the Mexican government's going to go to the U.S. for a wall. Hell, Trump even tried to do a 20% tariff because he thinks that that'll cause Mexican companies to stop building here. But you know what's going to happen? Because the rate of labor is still lower in Mexico, they're going to stay because few of them haven't left. And they're going to pass the cost on to the consumer. Which is unfortunate when people will realize it, that they're paying double for the wall. When all the stuff that comes in from Walmart, when we buy all the TVs with the parts that are made in Mexico, necessarily start going up again after a consistent rate of years of it going down. I worked in electronics before. I sold TVs. A 65-inch TV used to cost, at the time when I stopped working at Sears, it still costs around $5,000, $6,000. Now it's a fourth of the cost because they become more common as the technology has become cheaper. And of course, because they moved a lot of the labor from Korea or China to Mexico. I'm pretty sure consumers are going to notice if the prices start going up for products that have been consistently going down. That's when you realize that the wall is not going to be paid for by Mexican citizens, it's going to be paid for by the American taxpayer. And let me touch on this little thing when you talked about a free ride. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this country to get a free ride. There's actually a county, I forgot the name of it, in Kentucky. Deep red, votes Republican in almost everything. Over 95% of their population is on welfare. So yeah, I know a lot about when it comes to people being moochers. In fact, the states that a lot of people call blue states actually wind up funding a lot of the states that are called red states, because red states tend to take in more money from the federal government than they give out, whereas blue states, they tend to give more to the federal government than they take in. And let me go into this little dam that you spoke about when it comes into it. That's actually part of a bigger problem, which is the fact that we as a country have not invested in infrastructure in a very, very, very long time. We don't invest in infrastructure, unfortunately, because number one, especially when it comes to roads, people don't like to be annoyed by traffic jams. And two, it does cost more money, and when it comes to money, it has to come in from somewhere. And it does come in from taxes. I agree that California made a mistake in not fixing that dam. But like we mentioned, with this climate change situation that we have going on around the world, you've seen a period where you had a serious drought now being curtailed by record rainfall. Going from one extreme to the other does bad things, and it's done a lot of bad things to that dam. Which, by the way, it's hilarious when you point out the fact that the people that are laughing at California for, oh, you have a broken dam, you're a blue state. Oh, the people that are affected are from the most Republican county in the state. Now, once again, I didn't mention anything from 1975 for the study, no. I mentioned the fact that this has been done by mountains of research, done by various international agencies, which, by the way, you would really have to have an immense level of conspiracy, an immense level that would make the quote-unquote Illuminati seem infantile to have over 95%, I think as much as I've seen one poll, 97% of the entire scientific community and the entire scientific research proving the fact that a lot of what we're seeing now has been accelerated, unfortunately, due to man. Yes, there have been ice ages, and yes, there have been fire ages. But a lot of those were caused by outside factors. One of the reasons most people believe, and this is like I said, a belief, not a proven by fact, that the last ice age mainly happened was due to the fact that a meteor struck and covered the Earth. I haven't seen enough research that to make a point in that sense, but I do agree that there was an ice age 25,000 years ago. And it started going down. And now we're at a point where the ocean level is rising at a dramatic level. You're seeing ice caps that have been around for thousands of years suddenly break off. You're about to see cities like Miami, the city I grew up in, literally be underwater because the city is below sea level. And you're about to see major catastrophes throughout the world. Now, is it easy to just say, oh, is it just a lie for have people to make money? I can see that cynical point of view. I really can. I'm a cynic in a lot of things. But when half of the world population tends to live along coastal lines, it's been proven that the fact that half the world population lives along the coastlines and the other half tend to live deep inland. You're about to see things happening to half the world that were not supposed to happen probably for another thousands of years. Because there was probably going to be another calamity that's going to cause the temperatures go up or to cause the ice caps to melt. But the thing, unfortunately, about it is we're changing it at an extreme level. Now, Mr. PNC, have I mentioned a study from 1975? This could be a simple yes or no answer. Yep. I don't hear your answer. So, I haven't mentioned any studies from 1975. I haven't mentioned.
Yeah, you did. You mentioned something from the Carter era, but I'm about to go to sleep.
Go ahead. Go to sleep.
Man. I'll catch you later, man. It was nice talking to you.
Okay. First of all, but wait, before you do, because I am a man of honor, I want to apologize for some of the names for all the names that I said. I don't like to conduct myself in that fashion. So I do apologize to you, sir.
All right, Daniel. All right, apology accepted. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, man. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, have a good night.
Okay, bye.
DJ Boxing Live here. DJ Boxing Live here.